Was this your idea, Amy?
No, no, this was not inspired by me.
This was Tammy Faye's idea.
Well, of course, the mother of us all.
Yes.
What's she doing now?
She just married someone else.
She married Jim Baker's best friend.
She moved to Calcutta and started to take care of it. She married his accountant.
Yeah, right.
His accountant? That's not sleazy.
No, I don't know.
We've got some Anacin or something. Ibuprofen.
I have Advil. I have some other
I've got
cramps as well, so.
There's aspirin upstairs in the bathrooms.
And there's Alka-Seltzer in the minibar.
Do you need a water pill? Because I think I have.
What do you
Want
got?
some
Ibuprofen,
A Pamprin, maybe.
It takes care of headaches, doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking. We'll have some
And
Percodans and Valium.
Let's just get to the heart of the matter.
How's it look? Good?
Is there an ashtray?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
good.
we'll just have a community ashtray right
Right
here.
over
How's that? Okay.
Right underneath.
How many
Put
of
this
those
over
would
here.
you like?
Dr.
I was
Death.
talking about Chris Novoselic, the suicide therapist. Like, listen, you commit suicide. Then I pull out a business card. Kevorkian. But that guy pulled into the court today, I saw him, in a blanket. He's been on a hunger strike, 11 days. Oh, God. I am the withered symbol
Of something.
of what do they call that? That was, in Washington, they had that initiative, and it failed.
Euthanasia?
Euthanasia, right to die. I'm the symbol for the right to die. Pro-lifers are like pro-lifers on both ends. Like, fetuses
Yes,
and
that's
chronically dead people falling apart.
Chronically dead people.
But they're pro-death penalty. Keep forgetting that.
Moment of silence. Huh. Okay, we're going. Okay, we want to get some information on Shonen Knife. Could you tell that story again? Because that was a great story. Anecdotes on Shonen Knife. Sort of.
Well, I remember the first time we played a show with them was in England. We did about 10 shows with them, and the first night we were just playing these smaller places, like 1,000 capacity places, if that, and the crowds were just like beer swilling, English boys, and they came up on stage and they looked kind of frightened, and they got up on stage and everyone just thought, what the fuck, what is this, what kind of, and so they went into their first song and everyone just seemed sort of baffled, and next couple songs, people, they won over the audience by the end of the night, but I remember
Every show, they went
every
over the
show,
audience
people were
after
just
2 songs.
like
or so. It
almost
was
in
amazing.
tears, and for us to see
I
that
was
every
choked
night,
up.
it would really choke you up. And I remember the first person that came over the crowd onto the stage, they all just leapt back like, oh my God, like, someone's out to get us.
I was an emotional sap the whole time. I cried every night.
You couldn't help it,
You had to hold, you just like, if you were some kind of weird idealist, and there was all of a sudden that lyric, lollipops for everyone, it's just like, that's when I lost
I'm gonna
it.
burst.
So is America ready for this, do you think? I mean, can this fly in this country, do you suppose?
Yeah, I hope so. It seems a bit overdue now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with the record company. It doesn't seem like they're being promoted very much. At least I haven't seen any ads or anything. You just don't really hear about them very often until they're ready to go on tour with us again.
Well, it's sort of like in the grand tradition of, like, the Ramones never had hit records. I mean, why is this,
Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be some revival of the Shonen Knife in
But if it
2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
Like that. Remember the early 90s revival. And like, they're going to all draw from it.
Wow. And you're doing a good thing by having them out here. What do you think of them as musicians?
They're wonderful.
Great.
They're great.
I don't know how to define a musician.
Have they explained any of the lyrics to their songs to you in any cogent way?
What's that Madonna song? Express yourself. You got to make it. Hey, 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 hey.
What was the question?
The question was, have they explained any of their lyrics to you?
No, the communication is pretty small. Francis is usually the mediator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to talk to them, and vice versa, Language barrier is pretty intense. So.
But when they do Heat Wave, the language barrier.
Yeah. I've read their lyric sheets too, and it's just like, That's good.
No, I don't. I've never had to have any explanation because I've seen most of their lyrics printed in English.
Yeah.
And most of their songs are sung in English. So.
True. They're great. We love them. The how is the? I wanted to ask you what it's like playing with these guys, as opposed to playing with your previous group.
Oh, it's kind of the same.
Well, that's good. That's good.
You call me Darby?
You know, it's got the same problem.
Oh, gee, I hope not. I hope that's not true. Could you tell us something about getting together with William Burroughs and working on that record? And what he was like?
It was a long distance recording. I think he had already done his piece, and then at the last minute, we were in Seattle and we were over at Dave's friend's house, Barrett, and he has a little like a 16 track or something, this little studio, and he just turned the DAT machine on, and I just masturbated for about 20 minutes, and then sent it to them, and they edited it.
So you didn't actually meet him anytime?
Not at that time, but just recently when we were in Kansas City, I met him.
What did you make of him?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, someone that I've admired all my life, you know?
Yeah.
To meet him was just a big thrill. I was really nervous the whole time. It was kind of uncomfortable in a way. I mean, although he was really accommodative and everything and nice.
Yeah.
What about the cobwebs in that?
I sat in this argon machine. And there were black
argon
widows
box?
in there. Yeah, he still has one.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I was afraid because I have arachnophobia. And he had to kill all the spiders for me.
Oh,
It was great. And he
probably
took me over
enjoyed
to
that.
his house, which is like 2 blocks away, this other house where he does most of his art.
Yeah.
Since some amazing art, I didn't realize how much of an accomplished artist he was, you know? He really has done some great stuff. He uses all kinds of instruments, from toilet plungers to spatulas, dips them in paint and splats them all over things, and he got pretty cool results. I was amazed.
He must be like 80 years old by now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. About that, he just turned 70-something.
Yeah.
78, 79.
Wow.
But
What did
he's
you,
still
as a
ticking.
fan, what did you make of Naked Lunch, the movie? Do you think that captured the book at all?
Yeah,
It's
I
an
thought it was
interesting
as
film.
good as Hollywood could probably do.
Yeah.
You know? I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Did the what did I want to ask you? I wanted to get a little bit of sort of your early history, if possible, just about what life was like in Aberdeen, because I think a lot of people grow up in towns like
You ever
Aberdeen.
been to Aberdeen?
I've never been to Aberdeen.
Oh.
But I grew up in a really tiny town too, so I just wondered if
Where at?
in New Jersey,
Mm.
really tiny.
Yeah, it's weird. Like where we are, it's like Boise, Spokane, Seattle, Olympia, Aberdeen, China. You know, it's like no.
Not a lot to
transit.
do there. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
I've never gone swimming in the ocean.
I did.
Lived in next to an ocean all my
Ooh,
life.
I got pulled out by the riptide, and all of a sudden I got spooked, and I saw there was like something poked out at me. It was a sea lion, like looking at me.
Oh, wow.
And I see all the breakers on the shore.
Then here comes Slash, just like.
And I crossed myself and thank for John Paul II.
Well, that leads right into my next question, because I want to find out what everybody thinks now that all 3 episodes of the Guns video's out.
I haven't seen the last one.
Now that
I
makes
get it!
sense, yeah.
Any thoughts? Like,
I think they still have something up their sleeve. Maybe there'll be a 4th.
Yeah.
Whatever happened
I
to
don't
John
know.
Paul I? I mean, how many days was he in the Vatican and he died? You know, that's what I get out of that.
so there's no definitive answer on that. I'm puzzled by that video too. Have you guys worked with Iggy? I noticed you thank him on your liner notes.
I played drums for him one time.
Oh yeah, you did.
Where?
A long time ago, when I was in a band called Scream, and we were playing at a club, and Iggy Pop was having a record release before our show, and he was just gonna stand up and play guitar and sing all the stuff from his Brick by Brick album, and it sounded really bad, I guess, and so he just needed a drummer, and so I played drums, and the bass player Scream played bass, and we played 4 or 5 songs.
How was it?
was fucking great. He was really nice. He was really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Easy to work with.
I hung with him when I was about 15, and he was like at a
Peak.
like major loser stage. Like nobody knew who the fuck he was, and he was just all. And he was just like going through my girlfriend's 15-year-old girlfriend's purse, going, "Man, you got me like leaves, anything in there." Pushing him around in his wheelchair.
See, those
Hanging
were,
out his window going, "Anybody got any drugs, man?"
those were the days.
Those were
My
what they.
friend.
We
Oh,
thought
God.
they'd never end. We think they
Jesus. I was talking to Mike Mills about you, from REM, about you guys just a couple weeks
Now
ago.
there's a party animal.
There's a guy who just goes wild, you know.
He is really.
He really is. I've
He
seen him
isn't
smoke
the-
more pot than like Don Fleming. You know.
Holy shit. But he was saying he's glad that he didn't have this sort of success, that his band didn't have this sort of success foisted on them at your age. He said it's really hard to handle it when you're young. Do you feel that's conceivably true?
I'm older and wiser.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, you really don't know everything when you're in your early 20s. Believe it or not.
That's some probably don't know
Like my
everything at any
testicles are
time.
totally tight up here, and then after I was going to throw this, they hung. Finally, we were going to like, that's how hung up I was.
What was the do you remember when you were kids, like the first music that you heard that turned you on? Was it actually rock stuff, or was it maybe some lame
That
sort of
turned
music?
me on, yeah, but like in 6th grade or 5th grade, Kiss or like Elton John or whatever was on top 40, kind of rock and sweet Ballroom Blitz. I remember when Ballroom Blitz was on the radio and I had this like Radio Shack recorder. And so I put it on record and I put it up to the speaker and I cranked it and I was like fucking rocking out. And I played it back and it was so distorted. And I like never thought that I cranked it. I thought that sweet, this song is so rocking that you can't even record it, man. That's what I thought. It was too hard rock.
When did punk arrive where you guys were living? I mean, did it come on time, like 77, or did it come a little later?
Let's just say that people were still wearing bell bottoms in 1987.
Wow. But surely there was a small enclave of people that would get the records, right?
Right.
To everyone.
No,
It came at
not,
the
not
right-
when it came out. Absolutely not. I really doubt if anyone, bought Nevermind the Bullocks. Or, I mean, or,
Really?
No way.
anything.
That's
like that.
77. But people were
Not in
buying
those
like
days.
the Butthole Surfers' first record and
By the mid '80s, or
Yeah.
the mid '80s.
Yeah.
like My War, Black Flag.
But you still had to go to Seattle to get it.
Uh-huh.
It never came
Or
out.
Olympia. You can go to Olympia
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
Mhm.
Do you go back and visit Aberdeen a lot, or?
I do.
I can't even remember the last.
Because I got
time
my
was
old family there and a bunch
Yeah.
of old timers there. Like people who are really old, like Clayton Deasy and stuff. And those
My
guys are like the old.
uncles,
Yeah.
aunts.
Yeah.
Aren't you two
That's-
related?
yeah,
These guys are
we're
related.
relation.
They're related.
It is.
We didn't know that until like last year.
Yeah.
You're
through
related?
Clayton
They're
Deasy.
related.
In what
Yeah.
way?
They all have 6 toes on each foot.
No, it's through marriage. It's like this weird marriage relation, but his uncle is my uncle. Like
But
it's
everyone in
weird.
Aberdeen's related.
One way or another.
Like a Jukes and Calicax thing. Great.
But these people are cool. These people are so cool because they're the old-time Washington people, the old-time Aberdeen people, and they're like total, full of respect, and they're really neat, and they remember all the old times, and they're really cool to like talk to them.
Old timers disease.
Related.
We have
That's-
too much
I think this is
aluminum.
Aluminium.
Wow. Did the looking back now at the sort of the whole sub pop grunge thing? Now that we can put it in the past, I think. What do you make of it all? I mean, do you think it hurt the music at all, or hurt bands, or was it a good thing as a promotional vehicle?
Always a good thing, sure.
If someone wouldn't have come up with grunge, it would have been called something else.
I mean, did it ever have any meaning? Do you think?
Did it ever have any what?
Any meaning?
I think it described what kind of guitar rock we were playing at the time pretty well. I thought it was
And-
an okay word.
There was a scene too. There was like bands like the Fluid and
Yeah.
Tad and Mudhoney, Swallow, like the whole sub pop scene. Like
Let's not forget Blood Circus.
Oh, Blood Circus. God, thanks for reminding me. And it was like really cool. Like people would play shows, and there was like no pretensions or anything. It was just like rock and roll bands intertwining with other rock and roll
It was
bands.
the first time that I had seen an audience just get completely loose. You know, to break down all that cool barriers, you know, where people are trying to be punk or cool in the early and mid 80s, you know, when we used to go to punk rock shows, you know, when all of a sudden, you know, Sub Pop was putting out records and we were all friends with all these other bands and the audiences at the places like the Vogue and the Central, it was incredible. Like, people were, you know, diving all over each other and falling down drunk and smiling and just vomiting and having a great time. You know, it's just, there were no inhibitions at that time. Just everyone decided, let's have fun, you know.
Is it still possible to do that, do you think? I mean, is that
Not
still
in Seattle.
Not in Seattle, no. We tried to play a show at the Crocodile a little while ago, and it was one of the stiffest, most uncomfortable shows I've ever played.
People were just watching, expecting.
Expecting what?
Basically, the Nevermind phenomenon. Fuck up. You're like, fuck up, yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, can
There's
you just
one right there.
go handheld? We're just going to send the camera with you. And
Little world.
Lance. No, there's no Lance.
yeah, I think there is Lynn in there.
Hey, look, I'm getting married.
Is this a long time thing?
Oh, go
What?
drink some.
You and
You want
Jennifer?
Our
some more
relationship?
wine? I'll get some more wine. I'll go
A couple years.
So the whole band's going to be married.
Except for Pat.
Yeah.
I've had this resume.
Let's go Zulu, please.
You know you can watch that movie.
Thank you.
You were in the military.
We have an extra wine glass
I
here.
caught that a few times. You were in the military. Ever be overseas? You were in the military.
Okay, so you guys went and got Steve Albini to produce your record, which I thought struck me as a really good idea because I think production, as it's developed over the years, really seems to smooth out music a lot. You know, I think maybe more people should do that. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely.
I mean, you hear riffs that were once like revolutionary, and now they're on Aerosmith records, and they're meaningless.
Big. Everything gotta sound big.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds flat and tame.
I mean, did you tell Albini you wanted something, or did you just go to him because
No.
he had something?
See, he doesn't consider himself
He's
a
got
producer.
it. He's got it, and
He's a recorder.
and he will not let go of it. Like for Albini, you know, he's got his ethic. You know, you gotta either do the song like 3 takes or 4 takes, and then forget it. Don't even record it. You know. So we went in there, and all our chops were really strong. So we first take, we did all these songs. So it caught his interest. But yeah, it's like really like narrow, but really cool, like really like hard and about Albini's production.
Oh, we weren't listening to you. We were talking about something else.
They were talking about
Blood
blood and
blister.
blisters. Yeah.
I was trying to draw you into this
Oh, sorry.
conversation.
I'm sorry. Let's start over.
Most of the songs on our record were first take.
No overdubs, just done straight forward.
No, there were
overdubs.
Guitar overdubs.
Has having Pat in the band changed the dynamic on stage?
Sure.
Makes it a lot more fun.
Ooh, makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good.
It gives something. It gives everyone something to look at.
Oh yeah, right. Half the time I don't even ever look at the other guys. I mean, I have so many other things to concentrate on. And then I look over and I see Pat's smiling face, and it just gives me a bit of hope, you know. Makes me feel good.
I know I saw you guys at Roseland. I think what I saw was right, that the stuff you're using on stage for like little stomp boxes are just little stomp boxes, right? They're not $300 great big.
Oh no, they're old, early 70s Electro Harmonics effects boxes.
Wow, how do you keep that stuff going?
Ernie
Batteries.
Bailey.
Yeah, our guitar friend. This guy he can fix anything, a blender or a guitar. He's great. He's just and they're
He's
kind of
into
hard
old
to find.
technology.
Yeah, those things are kind of hard to find, and I guess they're becoming collector's items now.
I think there's a store in New York that collects that stuff.
He knows, like,
Yeah,
like
Rogue Music.
Price sells
they
it for
use this
exorbitant prices.
capacitor, they use this transistor because they use this poor grade cheap transistor at the time That's what gave it that sound. Like if you used a modern transistor, it wouldn't sound as
True.
cool.
If you were to use the same schematic but used contemporary electronics, you wouldn't get the same sound. You know what I mean?
The Soviet Union is one of the former Soviet has got them.
Yeah.
Electroharmonic refined
It's a Red Army pedal.
Yeah,
They
they
make them
make
out
those
of
pedals.
tanks.
Yeah.
Tanks. And you go,
Come out of
"Coo,"
tank
you like
parts.
crank on it.
That's the technology
Really?
that made
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The sheet metal is about
They're not
that
the
thick.
same.
It's so heavy.
The
There's
Soviet
tank
parts,
parts,
distortion
yeah.
box.
Still?
It's just
No, they're not.
Wow.
I got a big muff.
And that's a big muff.
They're
It's
not
just
as good.
total tank.
I got a big
Tank materials. That's what they made out of. It's like
junior high school.
you stomp on it, and the metal around it is like total thick, and that like olive drab, like Soviet olive green color. It's just like wow, amazing.
Well, I have to ask
now
you
you can buy a spacesuit, like Soviet Union.
run your
Think about
guitar
all the
through it
parties
and
you can have. Like, hey, who am I?